What is going on, everyone? I am so excited about this review. It's finally here, the brand new RIDGID 6AH Hyper Octane Lithium Ion Battery with Bluetooth. We're going to show you how to use the app, download it, and use this bad boy. So here's the deal. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think I may have some type of sickness when it comes to batteries. I just can't get enough. I get probably sometimes more excited about the batteries than the actual tools. And I'm like that with screwdrivers and utility knives, but I think I'm really overboard with the batteries. So that is why I'm so excited about the new RIDGID Octane that just came out. Now there's going to be a lot of questions. I already see them out on the internet. In regards to, can I use this with my other tools, and, will my other batteries work, with the Octane brand? We're going to cover all of that, but let's just take a look here. The new 6AH, and they have a 9AH as well with this, but it's basically the same build as your other RIDGID batteries. I mean, you got your indicator lights here. This is your locking mechanism here. So really, if you look at this here, it really looks the same. It's the 18 volt. It looks the same basically as all of your other RIDGID batteries, except for you got this little Bluetooth picture right here. Now the thing that this has that your other batteries don't, it is Bluetooth compatible with your smartphone. So iPad, iPhone, Samsung, whatever you're using, you can use this battery. And I'm going to show you how to download that app. But what I want to do first is I want to try to answer some of the questions that a lot of people are asking about, will this work with your other tools? So let's check that out now. All right, so what I have here in front of me is the Gen 4X Impact. And then I also have the Gen 5X half-inch Impact, right? Quarter-inch, half-inch. So what I want to do is, first I'm going to put this battery into the Gen X4. And it works perfectly fine with that tool. And what's nice about this is RIDGID did not want to leave anybody out of the loop. So if you have maybe a couple Octane tools, which I'll show you here in a bit, this is meant for those tools, and we'll talk about all that, but they didn't want to leave the people that had these tools out that aren't Octane, they didn't want to leave them out of the loop. They wanted to be able to switch these batteries up with any tool. And then here you go with the Gen 5, and this is the half-inch, and it works just like a regular battery would. Now, another question I'm sure people will be asking is, can I use my regular RIDGID chargers for this battery? The answer is yes, you can. Now this is already fully charged, but you can use any of your 18 volt chargers with this battery. So no worries there. All right, so what I have here is the new Octane, and here is your 5.0, just your regular hyper lithium ion. And I'm sorry if I ramble on. There's just so much to cover on this battery. It's just so cool. I want to make sure that I cover everything for everybody that's looking for the answers to their questions. Between these two, other than this is a 6AH and this is a 5AH, is the capabilities that you get with the new RIDGID Octane tools. So right here, and I will have a separate video for this, but this is a RIDGID Octane, let me zoom this out here, a RIDGID Octane, brand new Gen 5X recip saw, right? Sawzall, whatever you want to call it. You can see here it says Octane. Now these batteries are specially made for the new RIDGID Octane tools. Let me explain. From what I have heard from a few sources is that people in construction, when it came to the RIDGID reciprocating saw, they wanted more power, right? They just wanted more power. And that's the case with every tool. Everybody wants more power, but RIDGID answered that. They said, you want more power, we're going to give you more power. And what that battery does, it's almost like a smart battery. If you ever used a lawnmower right, that ran off of a battery. And you're pushing it and you're cutting grass, and then all of a sudden you get to higher grass, you're going to feel that power kick up, right? It's going to give you extra power, sort of like the overdrive in your car or your truck, right? It's giving you the extra power that you need without having to crank anything or dial anything in. It automatically sends a signal to this octane saying, I need more power. And from what I have heard, and we're gonna do a review on this and we're gonna test this, they could not bog this machine down because of this battery. So it's going to send more power into that tool like that, and you don't have to do anything. And they're coming out with a whole line of the octane tools. That's what's really cool about these. And that being said, this is an octane tool. It does not just take the octane batteries. Once again, you can go with the regular lithium ion, and it works just as good without some of the features that you're going to get with the new octane. So we talked about the power adjustment that you'll need on this saw, and like I said, we will do a separate video. I will link it to this one, but it gives the power that you need, right, depending on what application you're using it for. This is also very cool. It's going to give you, right, 4 times the runtime over a standard lithium ion battery. Yes, 4 times, which is crazy. And the reason for that is because you're not constantly using the whole battery when you're running the tool. It only needs the power that it needs, right? So it's only going to use the power that it needs. So these batteries are going to last 4 times longer than the typical lithium ion. Another thing, if you were using the octane compared to the regular lithium ion, check this out, 65% more performance with using this, meaning that you're going to get much more out of your tool using this battery than what you would with that battery. Now that being said, that is not the only thing these batteries do. And you notice my voice is getting a little higher because I'm very excited about this. Like I said, I have a little bit of an obsession, and I just think this is really awesome. So I want to show you a couple things right now. All right, so I want to show you some of these awesome features here. This is the Bluetooth. This is what people are asking me about. What does the Bluetooth do? And Mr. Carter, I just spoke to you through Instagram. This is for you, my friend. So here's the deal. You're going to get an app, and at the end of the video, I will show you how to download that. So basically, you're going to touch that right there, and it's going to open up that screen. You're going to see the little RIDGID drill picture there. And I'll show you once again how to add a battery and all that stuff. Very simple to do. There are a couple steps that you need to do on your phone. You might be confused. That's why I'm going to show you how to do it. But it's actually very simple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my battery that I already, let me zoom in here, already uploaded into the app. That's this battery right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to some settings. And this is telling me the last seen was 3/28/16, or I'm sorry, 18. That's today's date. Last charge. It tells you the last charge date right here. The health and the temperature and so on if you want that. Total hours used right here. Total charge cycles tells you right there. Now this is cool, but that's not the coolest, right? So let's look at a couple other things. So over here, if you want to see your temp, 64 degrees right now, and that'll also come up. It's excellent, right? And it's also telling me that this battery is ready to use, okay? So temp is excellent. It's not overheating or anything like that. Now, check this out. You see a lot of new trackers coming out. These things cost $100, $200 a piece, right? If I want to find my tool or somebody stole it from me, watch this. I'm going to go location. I'm going to hit that right there. It's going to bring up Google Maps or whatever you use. Check this out. It is telling me, I don't know how well you can see, and I'll add pictures at the end. this is where my battery is. So it tracks the battery, and if you have it in the tool, it is going to track the tool with it. Awesome. No more spending $100, $200 on a separate tracking system. It's built right into the battery. That is not even the end of it. So this is extremely cool as well. Very excited about this. Very. All right. So say you're on the site, right? Everybody has one of these now. Everybody's using the new Octane battery. You got 30 different contractors. How do I know this is my battery? No, man, this is my battery. No, man, this is my battery. You know what? Simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to come right here. You're going to hit identify. Check this out. Identify. Look at that. It starts lighting up saying, yep, that's my battery. Awesome, right? That is not even the end of it. Not even the end of it. Check this out. So say I put my battery down somewhere, or I think Joe Schmo took my battery and put it in his box, right? All I got to do, come over here. Check this out. I hit locate. Hear that? It's like a battery, not a battery, a remote control, a TV remote control, right? That you lost in the couch cushions. You come over here, you just hit locate. Check that out. Extremely, just awesome. Just awesome. Now, so say somebody did steal your battery, okay? You're really upset. Somebody stole your tool. You know what? Before I track them down, I don't want them doing any work with my tool, right? Swipe it, lock it. Now watch this. Now I just put this in. Check it out. It's locked. Listen to it beeping. Can't use it. Dead. Dead. Now if I want to unlock that again, like this, swipe it. Now check it out. I mean, tell me that's not sweet. So here's the deal. These batteries are just awesome. Not only because they're going to give you so much more runtime, not only because they are going to give you so much more power. It's like a tracking device. You're not going to lose the batteries. Somebody can't steal them from you, and even if they did steal them from you, you can track it down. You can find it. You call the police, whatever you need to do. And then you can lock it. And then you can unlock it. And not to mention all that, I accidentally hit the locate. You know, it's telling you, listen, your battery's good, you need recharge. How many times, has this thing already been recharged? How much more power does it have? It's just awesome. And if you wanted to get rid of this battery, you can hit forget battery. And yes, you can add multiple batteries to this. Not just one. You can add multiple batteries to this, and you can even assign names to those batteries. Battery 1, battery 2, or whatever. It's just unbelievable. It's just so awesome. I'm so excited about this. I just think they did an excellent job stepping up the game. So here's the deal. I will do a review on this. Right now, what I'm going to do is show you how to download the app and set your battery up to the app. But other than that, 5 stars, man. This thing is just awesome. And it works on all of your other tools, works on all the chargers. All the batteries are interchangeable. Just awesome. So, all right, let's show you how to set this app up. All right, so I am using a Samsung, but I'm guessing this is going to be the same as the ISO. So just type in RIDGID battery in the Play Store, and then there's the icon right there. Just go ahead and tap that. And then this is already downloaded on mine, but just go ahead and download it. And then there's the app on the screen, and just let that open. So, sorry. So now what you have to do is actually put in an email address or a password if you're new to this. If not, just log in. Now, what you have to do next is make sure your Bluetooth is on, and here's a big one. This is where I struggle a little bit. You have to turn your location on. If you don't, it will not work. So make sure that you turn location on. All right, you can see here on my Bluetooth how I have it hooked up, and this is how you do that. So you're just going to come over here and push in your button, right? This is your indicator button. Hold it down, and you're actually going to see it turn blue. When you see it turn blue, it's actually going to pair the device. Now, the other way you're probably going to have to do this is when you go to the app, you're going to see add battery. So let me show you that here. So add RIDGID battery, click on that. And when you click on that, it says push and hold the fuel gauge button on the battery. And just hold that down. You'll see it turn blue again. Mine's already hooked up, so you're not going to be able to see it. But once that happens, it'll automatically pair, and then you're going to see it up here. And there you go. Now you're all hooked up. You can get all the information we talked about earlier. I will put a link to this battery in the description. I appreciate the time. If this video has helped, please thumbs up, subscribe. Check us out at www.toolreviewzone.com.